Hi everyone, it's Elliot from tutorialedge.net and welcome to part 3 of my series on creating a HackerNews clone using Vue.js. So in the previous tutorial we managed to create a simple navbar component and added it to our application so that it renders at the top. Now in this tutorial we're going to be taking things a wee bit further and creating a few more components and also setting up a Vue router so that we can navigate between different views on our site. As always, the full text version of this tutorial can be found on my website, and I'll leave a link to this in the description below. So, jumping into Visual Studio Code, let's begin by creating a component that will show all of the most popular news stories currently on the real HackerNews site. Now, we don't have to worry about where these posts are coming from just yet. We're going to be solving that issue in the next tutorial when we start hitting the HackerNews API. So, start off by creating a new component file in the source components directory and calling this homepage.vue. Now again within this we're going to want the template tags, we're going to want the script tags, and we're going to want the style tags with the scoped attribute. Within our script block we're going to want to name our component and we're going to give that the name homepage. And then within our template tags we're going to want to create a new div, and within this we're simply going to want to have a h2 that renders homepage, like so. Now let's go about setting up our Vue router. Thankfully, the Vue CLI did most of the heavy lifting for us when it came to setting up the router within our application, so you should be able to navigate to the source and the router directory. Within this we have our index.js file. Now within this features all of our router configuration. So at the top we'll import Vue from Vue, we'll import the router from Vue Router, and we'll also import any of the components that we wish to display on any of the routes within our application. For now, we have imported the Hello World component, and we've subsequently mapped that to the / path within our application. Let's now go about changing this and setting the / path of our application to hit our homepage component that we've just created. Now we can do this really simply by double clicking on the Hello World at the top here and then clicking Command D to select all instances of Hello World. We can then set this to homepage, like so. This will render out, and when we navigate back to our application within the browser, you should see that our homepage h2 tag within our component has successfully rendered. So let's dissect what we've done here. Within our router object, we've updated the array of routes and specified that whenever we hit the / path, it navigates to the homepage component. Now, if we wanted to add more routes, we could do so simply by specifying more paths, like so, and then specifying the component that we wish to render according to whatever path is hit within our application. For now, we're going to leave it just as the homepage. Let's expand upon our application and create a new component called the single.vue component. Again, right click on the components directory and then click new file and then specify single.vue. Within this we're going to again create the template tags and the script and the style tags with the scoped attribute again. We'll give this a name of single, and within the template we're going to do div and h2 with single component, like so. Now within our router we're going to want to first import our new single component from @components/single, and then we're going to want to come into our routes array and then create a new path. So /single with the name single, and we're going to map this to the component of single, like so. Excellent. So if we come back into our application and then append single to the end of our URL, you should see that our single component successfully renders out. Perfect. Now that we have this new component and this new route, let's modify our navbar.vue component, and we're going to want to modify the link to upload here, and we're going to change this from an anchor tag to use the Vue.js router link component like so. And we're going to remove the href attribute, and we're going to change this to the to directive. So to, and within this we're going to want to specify the path that we wish to route to. So path is equal to single, and then close that JSON. Finally, replace this closing anchor tag and save your application. Now come back into the browser and navigate to your homepage, and then click the upload button at the top, and you should see that this successfully navigates to the single component. So you may be wondering why we're not using the anchor tag and instead using a router link component. Well, for one, it integrates very nicely with the routing within your Vue.js application, and there's also another couple of reasons, but I'm going to leave them in my text tutorial, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. And with that, we come to the end of part 3 in this series. We've been able to successfully create another couple of components and then set up a Vue router to enable us to be able to navigate between each of these different components. Now, if you liked this tutorial, please leave a like, and if you loved it, then please subscribe to my channel for more programming content. Cheers!